In this video, we're going to go from this to this using a lot of that. Okay, so while doing some yard work, I noticed a nice little muddy spot in the yard, which is never good. So I dug down to find my landscaping pipes here, and it was actually the feeder pipe, the source water pipe, that had broken. So even though I turned off the valve for my landscape water, it still leaked. So what I did to get me by while I was out of town, I capped it off. You can see it right down there. I just put a cap on it, and now I'm going to go back and fix it so I have actual sprinkler system again. So as you can see, there's several pipes here that are broken or cut. Kind of had to do that to get down to the source pipe, just because of the way they were laid out. It was up underneath there. So I just went ahead and cut them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 different methods that this can be fixed. One will be using PEX pipe, just probably the easiest. The next one will be using a union, which if it's a single pipe, that would probably be the easiest way to do this. But I don't have a whole lot of room in there. Hopefully I can get it on there just to show you what that looks like. And then the third way is just using a standard butt connector, which actually you can see one right there. Because I actually have that many pipes to fix because somebody cut them all. And by the way, there's a PEX right there. I've already fixed one of them, and that'll give you an idea what the PEX is. So first thing to do is cut off the water. Now over here is my shut-off valve for the landscaping, for the sprinkler system itself. But I have a feed valve that goes from the main meter to here, which covers quite a bit of my yard, unfortunately. So I got to shut off my main water to the entire house, lot, whatever, first. Which means I'm going to have more water come out of here, and I'll need to siphon it out, and I'll probably be using that little pump right there for that. Okay, so this right here is a handy tool that every house should have. It's a water shut-off tool and also a gas shut-off tool. Definitely need one of those at every house. So to shut the water off, so right here is the valve that needs to be shut off. Typically they'll have a lockout position right here, so if you don't pay your bill, they can put a padlock on there and lock you out of it. That means that it's off. So I need to turn it to that position. Just like so, and now that is off. Okay, so again, this one's capped off. As soon as I cut that, even though the water shut off, there'll be some water to come out of that, and then I'll have to pump it back out using the pump I showed you. And on top of that, I'll go ahead and show you some tools that may be needed. Right here, these things are a must-have for any homeowner too. They're like 15 bucks, and if you got to cut a pipe, it makes it super easy. Honestly, wish I'd gotten these long before I actually did. And then for PEX, you're going to need one of these guys right here. There's a little gauge that you use to measure what size it is. Unfortunately, I didn't drag that over here with me, but I do have it and have checked it. And this is set up for 3/4 on this one right here. And there's some adjustments that need to be made depending on where you're at with that. Read your tool information for exact details on how to adjust it. This one was set up for 3/4 right out of the box, so I was lucky on that. Then of course, glue, you'll need that, glue and primer. Gloves would be handy to have as well. And I wanted to show you this real quick too. Sorry about the AC running. So this right here is CPVC, and it is actually a different size than PVC. And unfortunately they do not make this adapter with PVC pipe. So this is useless to me. You can get an adapter, blah, 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 but I just wanted to show you this. CPCV pipe is used in locations where, well, hot water. It's for hot water. It has a higher temperature rating, 180 I believe it is, and 140 for PVC pipe. So this will typically be used on your hot side. So if you're patching a hot side, this guy here will come in real handy if you want to go to PEX. Okay, so since they don't make an adapter, you gotta make your own. Got my 3/4 PVC to 3/4 PEX. A thread is better, which makes kind of sense to use the male on this end and female on this end. That way, if this expands or whatever, it'll be into the brass. So I tape these. I don't know if that's necessary, but I do it. Screw that in. And no need to get too crazy with how tight that is. You know, it's not a head bolt or anything. There's one. There's two. Always a good idea to sand the glued side, rough it up just a little bit. Make sure you get a little better adhesion that way. So I'll go ahead and get that one ready. And next will be the floodgate. So there it goes. So where you gotta think, did I actually shut that water off, right? There we go. That wasn't too bad. Oh, that's getting bad though. By the way, that's just a glove. Quit draining it any time now, that would be great. Because I see clouds coming over. Yeah, stopped. Good deal. Put some gloves on. Alright, primer first. Typically the brush is in the lid. Mine fell out, so it is right here. So take the primer. Around the pipe she goes, and around this. Then take the glue, around that, around that. Like so. And I'll repeat for the other side. Give that a minute to do its thing. And here's the little crimp pieces for PEX. Got a couple of those on ready. There's the pipe. This is why I like this right here, is you can actually stick it on there to measure it and then pull it back off. So, we'll slide these on. Yeah, that one. All right, now is where the fun comes in. There we go. All right, next is put this guy on there. There we go, that one's crimped. Alright, so there's the one using PEX. Got that one successfully done. I think this one I might use the union on it. So here's what the union looks like. That way you can just slide them together and then tighten it on after they've been glued on. I'll need to do one butt connector to get that close. And there are two different kinds of butt connectors. There's a longer one and there's a shorter one. Longer one will come in handy in case, you know, give you a little extra room for air there, but you'll have to move the pipe more to get in there. I'm gonna go with the shorter one, at least on this one here. So again, got to sand everything down. All right, so there's the sandpaper. Who knows? All right, I had to move the camera. It was kind of in my way there. So take two on the primer side. Slide. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. All right. Next, do this. Already sanded the pipe. Primer here, a little primer there, a little primer everywhere. Primer that. There. There we go. That one's on. Next, I need to cut a piece of pipe to go from here to here. So I have a bit of primer around it. Slap some glue in there. Got to turn it a bit. We'll give it a second. And next you'll see why I like the other kind of pipe much better. Alright, so right here. Cut it right there, I hope. go.
What the heck? Yep, this is where it gets fun. Thing O-ring came out. Oh, get that out of the way, might help. There we go. There we go.
So I bet now you can see why I like the PEX better. Way easier. Because of that, top one's gonna be PEX too. By the way, you can look down in there and see if it's bottomed out or not. Hopefully you can see in there. There we go.
Get it done.
By the way, when these are a little tight fitting, the glue will act as a lubricant for a little bit until it hardens up anyway. There we go. It's gonna be a short PEX there. What do you think, right there? Okay. Well, yay or nay, right? Alright, turn the water on and no spewage. That's a great sign. Now, I'm going to go bleed it by turning the water hose on. And next will be the valve for the sprinkler system. And I'll go try some random stations. Zone 1's good. And here goes zone 2. Zone 2 is good. Now zone 3. Oh, that's gonna get my camera wet. Zone 3 is good. Zone 4 definitely got camera wet. And there's zone 9, it's all good. Alright, so I'm going to leave this uncovered for a couple of days just to make sure everything's good. The union's probably the one that scares me the most, and I know I said I was going to do a butt connector, which I did, extending that union piece. Honestly, with pipes like this, a butt connector, unless you expose a lot of pipe, is just a pain in the butt. So I didn't actually patch one with the butt. I mean, not totally, but you see how to do it. So to me, the only two options really, and if you have a better idea, let me know down there, because I would definitely be interested. But to me, the PEX and the union are the two options, and PEX by and far is the easier one, but it's more costly because of that tool you have to either buy or rent. I bought the tool for 65 bucks, but it literally saved me $2,500 in plumber's fee for what they were going to charge me to fix all this, so that's a non-issue for me. That was an easy 65 bucks. So anyway, there we go. Really two ways to fix a pipe, in-ground pipe especially. And I did show you again the butt. So anyway, thank you for watching.
Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please select like down there and subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like it, well, subscribe to the channel, maybe you like the next one. Thank you for watching.
Oh, you didn't see that.